no long intro, just get up into the video. Got day 3 warm up. Kamala Khan, she can heal with her yellow ability anytime either Kingpin or Daken fire off an ability, or her inhuman stretchiness for 8 purple converts a chosen tile or a chosen basic tile to the color green. So an example would be if you happen to choose black tiles, then some number of black tiles will transform into green, and then her green ability in Big and Bash costs 12 green, and it does team damage to the entire team. Well, our team, of course. Kingpin, as you can see, black, purple, and yellow user. His black ability, it costs, is it 8 or is it 10 AP? I want to say it's 8. I want to say it's 8, but I know they reworked it. It does single target damage to the opponent if there are more than 3 countdown tiles on the board that belong to Kingpin. Then you destroy those 3 and then deal damage to the entire team instead. Our entire team. His purple ability that costs 8. It drains AP from our strongest color and gives them AP and the color yellow, or actually the color black. No, it's yellow. It's yellow. Because I always forget he's actually one of the few yellow generators in the game. And then his yellow ability it costs 10, and it creates countdown tiles on the colors yellow, black, and blue, and they'll do random things based on what colors they're placed on. If it's yellow, it acts like the goon, the pistol goon, where it does single target damage to whoever's out in front. If it lands on blue, it does it creates strike tiles on the board, and if it lands on black, it does team damage. And the countdown tiles have various strength and do various damage. And then Daken, that's who we've been using the last couple of days. So again, no explanation really needed. Here again, bring in whoever you want to. Try and get rid of the node. Get out of the nodes pretty quickly. I'll probably go ahead and bring in my Thanos, and probably another villain. Don't want to bring in Doctor Doom because he kind of wants blue. Doctor Doom is like, no, I take all the blue from you. I will bring his Dark Adventures comrade, man, so we can generate more blue. Main thing, get rid of Kamala Khan. Let's see here. Okay, Wilson's Gambit, that was 8. Okay, so I was wrong about the damage. Not the damage that it does, but the how much it costs AP wise. Fist defense, yeah, that's a yellow generator, because I always forget how much it costs, but it costs 8, and then Magia Pawns, again 3 yellow, 2 blue, and then 2 black Hitman countdown tiles, and again they do everything that I said that they do. Normally I would turn on animations here, but we're going to be, I think I say pressed for time because I because I have got to get that another video. Well, it's going to be coinciding with this video. Here comes Court Death. And that's pretty much why I'm using Thanos to get all of these nodes here pretty quickly, because I don't know how long that other node's gonna last. Get more shards. As you can see, I spent some of those shards there for Cape Pride. Yay! Someone tried to hit me in PvP and they failed miserably. And dude, you probably want to leave out of this alliance, dude. Yeah, you really do. 1 month, 7 days, a month. Oof. I'm gonna actually make a mental note of that there. Tony's arcs. And I'll actually go through their team and actually look through everything about their roster. Another Hidden Shield Simulator, that's alright. He's got level 500 Apocalypse. Like, I'm shielded right now, so again, then doesn't hinder nor put a drain on my score. Now, this note here can be super annoying. Blade has Night Stalker that costs 8 black. It does single target damage to the opponent, and then it drains 2 AP in whatever our strongest color might be. And then gives it to them because it's a steal, so to speak. His purple ability costs 10, creates 2 attack tiles on the board at a certain strength, and if there are at least 6 or more strike tiles on the board, increase the strength a little bit more. His green ability is a passive, and it creates 2 strike tiles on red, depending upon how many red tiles are on the board. Alright, Medusa, for those of you who play the 4-star land, you know pretty much what she does, but for those that don't, her yellow ability allows her to heal anytime a friendly special tile on their team is matched away. It heals a certain amount, and then she also can heal, well, not heal, but she also gains AP for the amount, say, for special tiles that are held by us, and the AP that she gains is completely random. Her red is a passive as well. It creates a 4-turn countdown tile that does damage each turn, and then if the countdown tile is matched away, it creates 2 strength L attack tiles. And then finally, her purple ability, hair metal, it costs 10 purple. It does a board swap of 16 random tiles, and if one of our special tiles happens to get ensnared during the swappage, then that tile is converted to them, and the damage or the strength of it's increased. And then Wolverine, that's the character who who we're pretty much using. Again, no need to really go into detail with Wolverine. Really self-explanatory. Um, Here I'm actually break out with some 4 stars here, but I'm not gonna go too far into the bullpen. Since they like special tiles, well, let's break out the king of special tile abuse, Morbius, and uh, I guess we'll bring in Mysterio. Why not? Swap it up with Mysterio. He's typically seen as one of the not so good 4 stars in the game. That it's seen as a bad reputation, but hey, I remember a time where people were like, "Oh man, 4-star Blade was pretty terrible too," but he ended up being pretty good. All right, now I'm trying to see here. So we really don't have any yellows on the board that are easily matched away to convert to purple, and I don't want to match that, but I will match some blue. Keep your enemies closer. That's his purple ability. Again, let's match him with some blue. Now there's a random stun there. There's Berserker Rage. There's In the Shadows for Morbius. That'll down Medusa. Now we're gonna break out the Pledge because we need to get some healing going. At least for Mysterio, anyways. I missed it by that much. We'll match some yellow away until we can gain purple. And then one more turn until Mysterio either does damage or heals or whatever the case might be. I really hated for that to happen. I really wanted them to match away that tile. Oh well, now let's see what. Okay, yeah, we'll get some heals and then do some damage to Wolverine as well. Now we'll let Morbius do his thing. Destroy some of these special tiles on the board. And now we're back to normal. And I'll let Wolverine end off the fight here with his red ability. Alright. Now, this fight here is actually going to be a little bit rough. Simply because of Peggy Carter and because of Deadpool. Venom is, you know, he'll be a minor annoyance. So Peggy Carter, her red, costs 9, does target damage and ignores projectiles. Her yellow ability, legendary presence, as long as she's over 40% health, all of our moves are going to cost 4 AP more. So if a move costs 8, it's going to cost 12. Passives obviously are going to be ignored by that because they don't have any cost regardless. Though I think that actually would be, that actually would be crazy though. Is like if they retroactively changed it to where to where or create a character that makes it so that passive abilities actually cost AP. But again, let's be digressing. And then her blue ability, do as Peggy says, costs 11. It stuns um, everyone except for the target on our team. And then when those countdown tiles um, are resolved, which they last 3 turns, and of course the stun is going to be 3 turns as well. Um, it does single target damage to the person that's out in front. All right, Deadpool out of bullets costs 13 for red. It does single target damage and it heals Deadpool for amount D. His X Enforcer is like if we meet the threshold damage for damaging either Peggy Carter or Venom, either by using a non-targeting ability like 4-star Blade or by using a team attack, Deadpool will create a 1-turn countdown tile that when it resolves, well, for each time that his teammates got hit, it'll create a 1-turn countdown tile. So if you fire off something like Beta Ray Bill's green ability and it hits Peggy Carter 4 times, it'll create 4 countdown tiles on the board. Once they reach 0, they'll do damage, and then countdown for what creates at least 5 countdown tiles that if matched away by either us or the enemy team, it does damage, and then if the countdown tile reaches 0, it doesn't do anything. That's relatively straightforward. Then finally, Agent Venom, his red ability, it costs 12. It does single target damage, and if you have over 12 AP and any color, it does a little bit more damage. His black ability costs 5. It's pretty cheap. It does damage, single target damage to the opponent, and then it drains 2 AP of whatever your highest AP total is, and it has a passive ability as well. If you have 16 or more AP in any AP pool, then it'll do a random board shake, destroying some number of tiles on the board, and it'll do damage to Agent Venom. And then finally, his yellow ability, Take Cover, cost 11. It does. I think it does do single target damage, or does it do targeted damage to the entire team? I think it does targeted damage to the entire team. We'll double check and see. But it does some amount of damage and makes Deadpool and Peggy invisible and puts Agent Venom out in front. Alright, well, since we're rolling with nothing but special tile users, I did say we're gonna use Blade. Well, indirectly say I'm gonna use Blade, but I'm gonna use Blade. And we're gonna look at Agent Venom's Take Cover. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does targeted. Yeah, it does team damage. Okay. Okay. So main thing we want to do, take out Deadpool first. You take him out so you don't have to deal with any of those retaliations from X Enforcer. And the main thing we're trying to do, we're trying to just get some amount of green on, well, red on the board so that we can get Blade strike tiles to activate. So that gives us a little bit of an advantage. There it is. Like I said, so we'll have at least somewhat of an advantage on special tile generation. And now we gotta avoid matching blue now. Safe harbor, strengthen up the strike tile. Keep some of that blue. Well, I got no choice but to match red. Now Blade's gonna be doing damage this turn here. Let's hope that that it was on Deadpool. Thank goodness. Oh, well. Well. I'll match it this way.
New message received.
Say, well, thank you, phone, for alerting me with a new message. Countdown for what again? Dark Beast is gonna take a little bit of damage. And he's out of the fight. Oh, well. Blade will clap back with Bloodlust. Now, next person we get rid of is Peggy Carter. Oh my goodness, I really need some more. Yeah, that's gonna hurt too. Oh well, she can be invisible all she wants to, because Blade doesn't care about invisibility. Tools of the trade, so we can get a quick heal. Blade's like this here is like, okay, as long as there's red on the board, or I can make red matches, I couldn't care less. Kitty is definitely gone after this turn here. Supernatural Sense, add more red to the board. Bloodlust kicks in. I said Peggy's is all but gone here, people. It's just a matter. It's not a matter of if she's gone. It's when she's gone. You can't do anything now, Peggy. You got one more turn. Cool. You didn't match any red. Get her team up. Got more command points. And then finally, the test of skill. So this node here is usually going to be one of the more difficult nodes. We'll start off in the middle with Thing. His red ability costs 10. Start the target for 2 turns. Is it yellow, rock solid? If Mortal or Star-Lord are out in front and they happen to take an attack that gives them a lot of damage, Thing jumps out in front, creates some number of projectiles on the board, pretty meaty projectiles. And so that'll essentially reduce our damage down to 1, at least max damage, and some number of powers or whatever. And then his green ability, Yancey Street Special, costs 12. It does a board shake and a diamond, and it deals target damage as well. Mortal, his black ability, costs 8. It does targeted damage, and it creates 2 black charge tiles. If you fire the power off and there's more than 4 charged tiles, then it does additional damage, and I think it destroys 2 of those black charged tiles. I'll double check and see once we get in the fight. His blue ability costs 10. It creates charge tiles on whatever our strongest color happens to be. And then his purple ability that costs 9 power to purpose. It does damage based on how much AP we have in our largest AP pool. And then finally, Star Lord, his purple, um, it costs 10. It creates some number of countdown tiles on the board. The countdown tiles last for 3 turns, and they do so once they reach 0, they do team damage to us. His yellow ability is a passive. Anytime we fire up a power, he creates a 3-turn countdown tile that makes everybody's powers a lot cheaper. When that countdown tile reaches 0, he gains a well, they gain AP in a random color, and then finally, his red ability, it costs 8. It does targeted damage, and it'll do additional damage for however many countdown tiles you have on the board. All right, well, we got Null here. I've been prolonging using Polaris here to make the fight stupidly easier. So let's do that there. Let's use Polaris to make the fight stupidly easier. We're not gonna bother with firing a power just yet, not until I get enough AP to stun Star-Lord. Now, oh, Quill is stunned. Kitty's like, yay, I don't have to deal with that jerk face anymore. Gotta unfortunately match up team up tiles. I'll match this way because I at least want to keep some of these special tiles on the board. Kind of wish I had Carnage in this situation here. Mortal Coil. Mortal, you're just chilling on the back. You can take some of these hits here. Hey, what's that? Cool, you guys can just take all the damage in the world. Star-Lord, you can just chill out in front, dude, or chill out in the back. Get this iron proficiency. Match some more of these tiles here, and make that node there pretty trivial. And that's that. Usually it's a lot harder, but when you have somebody that has an ability to multiply the strike tiles on the board for null, that makes things a whole heck of a lot easier. We'll go ahead and open up these tokens from her store. Then I'm going to get started on the other video because we will be it'll be needed my undivided attention. There's Wolverine. I'll pull pulled one more since customer service gave me some hero points. Alright, that'll do it here. Alright, and as I promised, we're gonna be talking about lightning rounds, more resources, all that good stuff. So an addendum to the video about the resources in the ultimate guide, and that'll be up in about however long I can explain about lightning rounds. So see you guys in a minute.